Peter Jackson announces a new Lord of the Rings project co-written by screenwriter Stephen Colbert. We have the full announcement. I'm going to play this and let me know if you want me to pause. It's like, you got to watch the whole thing.
Too long, right? Yeah.
No, I mean, you can read a story in Variety or whatever, but it just quotes that. Let's just watch.
Well, hi, everybody. I thought it was time to give you all a Hunt for Gollum update, the first of many that we'll do, little blogs along the way. And Andy Serkis has been busy designing the film.
Andy Serkis in a man bun and Peter Jackson looking like he just woke up and he has to log on to a Zoom meeting that he's dreading. But let's keep watching.
He's going to direct it and obviously...
By the way, no one is excited for the Hunt for Gollum. I think pretty much everyone is like, why are you doing the Hunt for Gollum? But you continue.
You got him. We've got a lot of the old team back again, familiar faces and some new faces. But Andy's doing a terrific job. It's looking amazing. The script is coming together really well, and I think it's going to be a really good film.
Part of my theory as to why they're doing all this is all the people you saw there that work at Weta or his studio and Andy Serkis, you know, the film business is a freelance business. When you're done making the movie, your services are no longer needed. The only way to keep working a job and making money and drawing a salary is to do more projects. And the more Lord of the Rings projects that Peter Jackson develops and produces, the more he can keep all these people you see behind the scenes employed and drawing a regular paycheck. It's a very weird business where people work for the most part, at best, 6 months of the year. And then I would have friends who work, I'm talking below the line, you know, PA, associate producer, line producer, that they work 6 months of the year, make a lot of money, then save their money for the 6 months they don't work, where they collect unemployment. Anyways, let's watch the rest.
A really good film. But that is not the only Tolkien movie that we're developing. We've actually got another film that we'll be making after Hunt for Gollum. So I thought I should tell you a little bit about that. Actually, why don't I get somebody else to explain it? Because we've got a very special partner that we're working with. And you can see for yourself. Hang on. There we go. Hello.
Hi, Peter.
Hey, Stephen. Hi. How are you?
How are you doing?
Good. I like all your Tolkien stuff on the wall there. That's that's.
Oh, thanks. This is just part of the collection.
So
this is about first of all, that fake sound they added for no reason.
Yeah.
That's the sound when someone comes in on FaceTime or whatever. Look.
By the way, if you're driving while listening to this, you better pull over because you're going to fall asleep.
Yeah, don't fall asleep. But
I mean, how much energy can you not put into an announcement like this?
Yeah, I mean, Peter Jackson, how many cups of coffee has he had? I'm on my fourth. I feel good.
Yeah,
but,
and then the smug look on Colbert's face. Yes, I'm going to wait for all the applause to die down when they see my face.
So let's hear what he has to say.
I was just explaining to the folks about the next Tolkien movie after Hunt for Gollum, and the fact that we've partnered up with you to develop the script. So,
yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. Should I tell people what the story is?
As much as you want. Yep.
I will, as much as I can. You know what the books mean to me and what your films mean to me. But the thing I found myself reading over and over again were the 6 chapters early on in the Fellowship that y'all never developed into the first movie back in the day. It's basically the chapter is 3 is Company through Fog on the Barrow Downs. And I thought, oh, wait, maybe that could be its own story that could fit into the larger story. Could we make something that was completely faithful to the books while also being completely faithful to the movies that you guys had already made? And I started talking it over with my son, Peter, who's also a screenwriter. And we worked out what we thought would work, especially as a framing device for that story. And it took me a few years to scrape my courage into a pile to give you a call But about 2 years ago, I did. You liked it enough to talk to me about it. And ever since then, the two of us have been working with the brilliant Philippa Boyens on how to develop the story. And we recently took it to Richard Brenner at New Line and Pam Abdi and Mike DeLuca at Warner Brothers. And I could not be happier to say that they loved it. And so that's what we're going to be working on.
Fantastic. Now, are you sure you've got the time, though? Because,
that I did not think I would have the time. As much as I love it, I knew I couldn't do that and do the show at the same time. But it turns out I'm going to be free starting this summer.
Well, isn't that fortunate?
Isn't that
He's going to be free to write it. It's not even written. This is an announcement. This isn't coming out for 3 years, if it even gets made.
Well, it sounds like there is a script. Or at least there's an
idea. There's an idea. Let's watch the rest.
You catastrophe right there. So if you'll excuse me, I've got to finish a television show and I've got to write a movie script, but I will see you all in the Shire.
Okay. All righty. Bye-bye. See you, Stephen.
Thanks, Peter.
Bye-bye.
So that's the announcement. It hit Variety. This was a planned announcement here. Let's look at this. Stephen Colbert is co-writing The Lord of the Rings, Shadow of the Past, working title, which will go into production after The Hunt for Gollum. The synopsis.
Oh, okay.
14 years after the passing of Frodo, Sam, Merry, and Pippin set out to retrace the first steps of their adventure. Meanwhile, Sam's daughter, Eleanor, has discovered a long-buried secret and is determined to uncover why the War of the Ring was very nearly lost before it even began. Colbert is co-writing the script with his son, Peter McGee.
69.
I checked on IMDb. He has literally 0 credits.
He's the son of Stephen Colbert.
So yes. The son of Stephen Colbert his name is Peter McGee.
McGee, yeah.
And also co-writing is franchise veteran Philippa Boyens from Variety.
Yeah, who will probably write the whole thing. Yes.
Sure. Alan, what do you think?
Yeah, you brought it up. Why? I mean,
why?
So, I mean, I don't know the books, so there's something more juicy than the movies you already made. The other thing is, if you're right and that this won't come out for 5 years now, won't it seem odd that orcs being ice agents? Won't that feel kind of out of place?
Yeah.
I mean, history will have passed by then, and all the things he hates about the world today will be solved in 5 years.
Right. Oh my God. Oh, this is giving me a headache.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
There'll be hobbits in cages.
Yes, hobbits in cages.
Yeah.
And
a vaccine that made everyone immune to Sauron.
I feel like there's so much bad will towards Stephen Colbert because of statements he's made, because of jokes he's made, because people are well aware how much he despises certain people for their beliefs. I mean, it's not very Christian of him. He's supposed to be a Christian, not very Christian. So, I'm already soured on this because I don't care. There's already any offshoot or DLC or side quests in the Lord of the Rings universe is only going to diminish the franchise and the brand and the fandom, which are the three. I will admit, probably the most cohesive, best movie trilogy ever. Others, I think, have issues. I mean, they were shot at the same time. They were all made by one person, one vision. They were released, a year apart when they were coming out. I mean, that was a magical time when those movies hit theaters, and I became a fan of the films. I've almost read the book. Not yet. I've almost read it. But I do love those films. And I feel like what Starfleet Academy is doing to Star Trek, diminishing the brand, the franchise, this is going to hurt Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit did no Lord of the Rings, no favors. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I mean, look, my guess is this series will cost more than the first three movies.
yes,
and it will not do the box office that the first three movies did. It will not have life after a huge financial success after the movies came out. It won't have. And it just shows you Hollywood has no good ideas. They just need to. Oh yeah, hey, you. There were 3 pages that Peter Jackson didn't cover in the first book. Let's make a whole movie on that. They didn't have enough movie to make The Hobbit, so they had to add things to it, and they ruined The Hobbit, basically.
Right. It just